Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial video, we'll be making a bow, ladies fashion bow. If this is what you're interested in learning, please sit back, relax, and let's get straight into the video. For this particular bow we're trying to make, we'll be needing a thread, your tape, hand needle, advisable a small one, small piece of satin fabric, and the same thing, a big piece of satin fabric. For the length of this fabric, we'll be using 7.5 inches, and then for the width we'll be using 13 inches. This is the small piece of fabric. I didn't measure it because I know with time we might have to reduce it. Now, for you to be able to make your bow, we'll have to turn it into two, that's fold it into two places, so that we'll be able to sew it. But I would advise that after folding it into two places, you iron it in order for it to be neat. Now you can see I've ironed it, I've folded it into two, and I've ironed it for it to come out very neat. I also ironed the small piece of fabric, as you can see in the video. So we'll go ahead and sew it at the edge, same thing with the small piece of fabric, and then we'll turn it to the outer part of the fabric. Make sure whenever you're turning it, it is being turned out neatly. The next thing is to proceed and iron it. Make sure you iron it in such a way that the place where we join, the place where we sew it, will be at the center and backwards. Now we'll be taking out half inches out of the normal measurements we made. And now, as you can see, after measuring it, you see we've lost half inches from the normal measurements we had. Now you're going to fold it into two in such a way that it overlaps each other backwards. Carefully fold it so that it overlaps each other, and then you begin to sew at the middle, just like I am doing right now. You have to be very careful so you don't get injured in this process, because it's going to be thick even as you'll be sewing it. Just after sewing it, the next thing to do is to draw it, and then use a thread to tie it at the middle of the place where you've sewn. You can see it's already bringing out the shape of our bow. So you tight it very firm. Yes, very firm, just like you've seen that I'm doing right now. Then you cut out the excesses from the thread. Now the next thing to do is to pick out the small piece and then sew it. As you can see, that's the reason why I didn't measure it the other time, because we have to work with the length that goes with your bow, the length that is going to fit your bow. Then you turn it out. Yes, just like you can see, make sure you turn it very neatly. Now you fold your bow at the edge, and then you try to put it in carefully. Yeah, you have to force it in, but very carefully. Force it in such a way that it enters it, so that it can be at the middle of the bow, because we need something to cover up the mess we've done in the middle of the bow, and it has to be very neat. So you patiently force it in. After forcing it in, what you need to do is to make sure that it fits properly and neatly, just like I'm doing right now. And Viola, we have a beautiful purple and peach bow. Make sure your bow is neat. You can see, you can go ahead and make this for sale, you can make this for an outfit, you can make this for kids, you can make it for your hair. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you drop comments of DIYs or tutorial video you love to see on this channel. We love you and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.